Hello guys, welcome to Nitin Career Academy. So today we discuss about Java topic Access Modifier. So what we see in Access Modifier, so totally we see in this topic. So keep watch this full video and take a valuable knowledge in Access Modifier in Java. So we go for the next slide. So what we see, so in this video we will learn about access modifier in Java with a simple explanation and examples. You understand the use of public, private, protected and a default access modifier with a clear Java program demonstration and output. So go with me next. So what we see in this lecture, so I overview index, introduction to access modifiers, types, public, private, protect, default, access level comparisons, simple Java program with all modifiers, output and error explanations, keynotes and best practice. So all we see these topics in our access modifier topics. So next we go on next slide. So we see what is the access modifier. So what is a basically access modifier? So let's we see access modifier in Java control the visibility access level of classes, methods, variable and constructions. They help implement encapsulation, a key concept, object-oriented and programming. So, what is access modifier? Access modifier is to be a control the visibility of the classes, method and variable and constructor. So, let's we see what is the modifier of the four types. So, let's see. Java has a four main access modifiers. First is a public, second is a protected, third is a default, and fourth is a private. So let's we see this modifier where is a more accessible. So public is accessible in a class, in package, in subclass, and other packages. So let's we see a protect where we access. So protect we access in a class, packages, subclasses, and other packages we not to be access the protect. Let's we see a default when we have to access. So default we have to access in a class, in a package, and you don't have access in a subclass, and you don't have access in a other packages. So let's we see the private where we can access. So private is access only within the class and not in a package, not in a subclass, and not in a world. So basically we see so what is the access modifier in Java and what is the types of access modifier, and basically we see what is the types of access modifier. So let's we see the next slide. So basically you see now first type what is a public. So we know about the public. What is a public? Accessible from anywhere in the program. Public means you can access your program anywhere in the program, means you declare one variable of the public you can access anywhere, means you type this keyword public and you have to access in the anywhere in the program. Can be accessed from any other class or packages. You can access the public other classes and other packages also, because these are publicly you can access anywhere in the program other classes on other packages. So let's we see the one example of the public. So we declared a public class car. Basically, we declare a public keyword, public class, and the car is our class name. Okay, so next we see the public keyword we declare and string keyword, and we give the variable name is a brand and is equal to Toyota. So this is our variable name Toyota and is our variable. So let's we see next step, public void start engine. So basically we declare a function public void start engine. So system.out.println engine start. So let's we see the output of this car, brand and start engine can be accessed from anywhere. So if you want to access to anywhere in the program, if you are a variable, so you have to need to declare a public. So because of the public you declare your variable anywhere, any function, and any other packages. So next we see. So next we see a second example of a private. So let's a private example we see accessible only within the same class. So we can private accessible only within a same class. You cannot access the private in another packages and another classes. You can access only within a same class. Okay, not accessible from outside the classes. So what I say currently, you only access the private only within a class, not you outside the class. You not to be accessible a private. Okay, so let's we see example. So first we declare a public class bank account. Okay, so in this class we declare private double balance and equal to 1000 rupees. Okay, so let's we see is it accessible or not. Okay, so private void display balance we declare a function and system.out.println balance plus balance. So let's we see the output of the balance and display balance cannot be exceed cannot be exceed from other classes. So if you declare other classes and other packages, so you not can be to exceed the balance and display balances. So let's we see a third protected. So what is a protected? Accessible within the same packages and by subclass in other packages via inheritance. So you want to be access the protected. So within the same package by subclass in other packages via inheritance. So you can access the protect with the same packages by subclasses and other packages with inheritance. So let's we see the example of this protected. So let's we see a public class animal. We declare a class. Our first simply protected wide make sound. We declare one function and then we print out system order print animal sound. Okay. So let's we see a second step. So second class I declare class dog extend animal. I inherit animal into a dogs. What I inherited to animal into a dog. Okay, so extends is a basically a inheritance keyword. So if you want to inheritance one class to another class, so you need to use a extends keywords. Understand? So I declare a white bark. Okay, so white bark I declare a function and I call the make sound function. So although because dog is a subclass. So what we see in a protect definition, you can accessible or by a subclass also. So this is a bark is a subclass means dog class is a subclass of a animal. So you can access or make sound means this function you can access and they give the output animal sound. So let's we go next slide. So our fourth type is a default no modifier. Default no modifier means is automatically defined by a compiler. You don't have need to be a declare any default like a public, private. They need to be a declare, but in a default is automatically generated by a compiler. So let's we see the default. If no access modifier is a specify, it's a package private. Okay, if sometime you not declare private, public. Okay, you not declare private and public. So automatically compiler and the ID you create a default modifier by the package. Okay, so understand when I say accessible only within the same package. So default modifier you can access only with the same package. Understand? You can only default modifier access within the same package, not another package. Understand? So let's we see one basic example. We create a class and we give the name house and we create a one function void and we give the function name open door and let's we see system outdoor println door open. So the basically this program. So let's we see the output of this program. So open door is not accessible outside its package. Okay. So open door is outside of this package, not within a package. So that's why open door function is not work and you not give the output. So you have to need the in the same package within only the accessible or default modifiers. So you understand what is a default modifier. So we go next. So I create some basic example to for you understand what is the modifier example. Okay, so we class A, we first take example. We declare a class A in a package one. Okay, understand, and we declare a public class A. So we declare a class A. Okay, so then in a class A, I declare a public int x is equal to 1, accessible anywhere. Means x is equal to 1 is a access anywhere because this is a public we declare. And then protected int y is equal to 2. Okay, so we see accessible in a same package and subclasses even in other packages. So you see now previously protected only accessible in a same package and a subclasses. So y is only accessible in the same package and other subclasses. So let's we see int z is equal to 3. So basically this is a default. Okay, maybe I told you if public is not declared, protected is not declared, and private not declared, and only you declare a variable name and their value, means is a default modifier, means default access modifier. So this is a default access modifier int z is equal to 3. So let's we see a private int w is equal to 4. So let's you understand we declare this all the public, protect, default and private with the keywords. Okay, and we accessible in a program. So let's we see a second example. So I have simply create a public white show. This is a function. Okay, so this function I help you to the show you the actual output in a white show. Means I declare this function. Okay, system out dot print ln. So I declare I get a x, I get a y, I get a z, and I get w. So this all the variables I declare in this system out dot println for actual output. So let's we see the output of this program. So you now see show method in a class of print all variables because it's an inside in the same class. So you know that public is access anywhere, so you can access this x all program anywhere. Protected is accessible in the same package and subclasses, so you can also access this in the same package and same other package. Default means the only accessible in within a package, so you can only access within a package. And private you can access within a class. So all these functions are to be print because of the they are to be in the same class, in a same package and same method. So that's why they give you the output 1, 2, 3, 4. So you understand this problem, what is we have solved and what we have to. So let's we go next. So we create a class B. Okay, so what we see in a class B, I import package 1.a. Okay, previously we declared this package. You understand class A package 1a, and there all the attribute are here in this package. So I declare to this package to implement to this package A programming package B. So that's why I package 1.a I declare. Okay, so let's we see public class B extend A. I inheritance A to B class, means with extend keyword. This is an inheritance keyword. Okay, understand? And I declare a function public void display. So I declare system out dot println x comma public accessible, means this is a x is a for a public, understand? So this is a access anywhere, so you can package 1, 2, 3 and other packages, so your x can access anywhere. So x is a your access anywhere. System out dot println y. Protected accessible via inheritance. So we declare there in a class B extend to A means A inheritance to B means A is a extend to the B. So that's why protected class is to be declared properly in a Y, and Y is a accessible within a package and inheritance is subclasses. So let's we see system out dot println z default. So you know that default default is a why not to be declared on this means why not be accessible, because default is a run within a package, not outside a package, and this is a class B, so that's why your default you not use. So default is means jail, we declare our variable jail is a default, so that's why he is not working and is not accessible in a class B. So let's see system out dot println w. So w is a private. Okay, so private, what is a private definition? Private is accessible within a class. So this is another class, is another package, so that's why it's not to be accessible in this class B package. So you see the private is in w, so that's why you declare w is a declare in a private, so that's why w is not to be accessible. So this two z and w is not accessible because they have not within a class on other the package, that's why it is not accessible in this class. So here x and y are accessible in a subclass B, but z and w are not accessible due to, okay, so you understand z and w what why not to be accessible in this class, because one is a default and one is a private. Z is a default not accessible outside the package 1. So we declare the Z in a package 1. So that's why it's not too accessible in a package 2. We declare the package 2 now that. So that's why it's not to be accessible in a package 2. So W is a private. W is a private, not accessible outside the class. So W is a private, that's why it's not to be accessible outside the class. So that's why this class is a different class and previous is our different class, and within a class they only access a private. So let's we see a final output. So let's you see a final output. B, we declare a class name B, then give a variable B is equal to new B, give a bracket and semicolon B dot display. So we call the display function. So this is our display function. Okay, so only accessible one x and y, two are only accessible, z and w are not accessible, so that's why you give your one and two outputs. You understand what is the output, what is the packages, and which we are accessible, where we accessible, so that's you all understand. So next we see, so easy to remember, how to remember the modifiers. Okay, so first public is a only accessible in a same class, same package, subclasses and outside package. Remember that. Protected, we protected accessible only same class, same packages, subclasses via inheritance through. Outside package is not allowed. Default. Default you accessible in a same class, same package, but not in a subclass, not outside the package. Private. Private you only accessible in a same class, not in a same package, not in a subclass, and not in outside the package. So you can remember this through the up the this chart, easy to remember. So where you can access or access modifiers. So let's we see. Thank you very much to watch this video. Please, if you like this video, like, share and subscribe. If you have any query, you have any doubts, so please comment on my channel. So that's why I solve your query. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.